Hi guys, welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about what to do if your Facebook ad campaigns really aren't working for a client that you've just signed. So guys, this video is going to be super useful for a lot of people. It's going to be firstly useful for people that are in the actual position now, and they're in the position where they've signed a client 2 or 3 weeks ago, they've got some ad campaigns up, and they're like, fuck, nothing's coming in. Not only that, it's also going to be useful for people that are thinking about getting into SMMA, not signed their first client yet, and they're getting a bit of imposter syndrome and thinking, fuck, I don't know whether I want to do this. What happens if I don't get the client results? What do I do in that case? And in this video, I'm going to kind of explain what to do in that case, how you can kind of combat that, and really an action plan for those people that are currently experiencing it. First of all, if you're in this position or you're scared about potentially being in this position, do not panic. This is very, very common, and there are a few steps that you just need to go through. So I'm going to tackle the first part in the first part of this video for the people that are in the position now and what to do. So if your Facebook ad campaigns are up and running and you're not getting any leads in, you're not getting any sales in, what you need to do is you need to have a very broad view on the overall campaign and kind of feed back to yourself what you've tried, what you've tested, what stones are left unturned, and what data you've got back from the money that you've spent. So hopefully you've probably spent, I don't know, $500 thus far until you're coming to the conclusion that the ads aren't working. If you've not, then you need to go through the testing phase. Running ads is a very scientific formula. It's not just getting one ad up to one landing page, one piece of copy, and hoping for the best. You have to split test constantly until you find what works. And in the Academy, we have a literal 3 or 4 spreadsheet folder of different testing documents and how to split test everything in a super scientific process. And what you need to do is have multiple creatives, multiple copies, split test them in different combinations, different control variables to then find what works for a particular audience. So if you've not done that, and you've only got one ad up on one audience, and you're saying that they're not working, then you've just not done enough testing. You need to get new ads up, more pieces of copy, test the landing page, and really give it a good push before you make that conclusion. However, if you've gone through that process and you've tested 4 or 5 ads, you've tested 4 or 5 different targeting options, you've made sure the pixels set up correctly, you've made sure the ad campaigns are set up correctly, because that could also be why they're not working. If you don't know your way around the Facebook ad platform and you don't know your way around, what a successful marketing campaign looks like, you're going to be falling at the first hurdle. Which is why it's so important that you understand what you're doing before you sign a client, so that you have the confidence to see the strategy through. So providing that you've got your Facebook ad, your pixel, and everything set up correctly, your custom conversions, and you've gone through a sufficient testing phase, and you're still not achieving the results that you potentially, hopefully, didn't overpromise the client. Firstly, the first thing you do is get on a call with the client and you say, right, Tip, this is what we've done, this is how much money we've spent to the penny, to the cent, and this is what we've got back. We've tested this amount of audiences, we're getting a click-through rate of this on this audience, we're getting a cost per click of this on this ad, we've got a lead through on this ad, this is what we're seeing. So this is just me feeding back all the data to you. So it's so important that you don't hide away. When you're not getting a client results, they're going to respect you so much more and be understanding about it if you get them on a call and you tell them, this is what's happening. This is where your money's been spent. This is what we've learned. It's not all wasted. And the data that we've essentially paid for but not got any leads or sales back yet, this is how we're going to use that data to progress the campaigns. So once you've done that, it's then down to you as the marketer to think, right, where do we take this? And where you take it completely depends on that data. So you'll have the conversion rates of your landing pages, you'll have the click-through rates of the ads, you'll have the cost per click of the ads, you'll have all of the different metrics from the ad platform as well as the landing page. And it's up to you to analyze that data to see, right, are the ads working? And you've got to remind yourself, the whole objective of the ad is to get them off of social media, stop them scrolling when they're sat in bed, off of that social media platform and onto the website. Once they're on the website, it's then the website's job to convert that traffic into a sale, into the lead. So step 1 is find out whether the actual ad is doing its job. So is traffic leaving Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Google, and going onto your website? If it is, then your ad's doing the job. So if you're getting a cheap cost per click, a high click-through rate, which means people are seeing the ad and going off of the platform, but they're getting to the website, but they're not taking any action, then it's a landing page issue. However, if you're looking at the click-through rates and the cost per clicks and they're super high and then no one's clicking through to the website, then it's an ad issue. It's either a targeting option, an ad issue, so you're not hitting any pain points, or you're not telling people exactly what you want to do, so then there needs to be a change there. So it's very difficult to explain what exactly you need to do without looking at the metrics of your campaign. But you as the marketer need to look at that metrics, look at the data you've paid for, because even though you've spent $500 on ads and you've not got any leads or sales back, you have paid for data to almost give you feedback on where the holes are and what needs troubleshooting in your campaigns. So find out whether it's a landing page issue, find out whether it's an ad issue, and if it is an ad issue and people aren't going to the landing page, then you need to check whether it's a creative issue, whether it's a copy issue, or whether it's a targeting issue. And the only way you're going to find that out is split testing all of them, keep all the variables the same and only change the creative and see what changes. And that's kind of what you have to do in your testing phase anyway, but this is kind of just putting it to the real picture. If you're getting people over to your website, your sales funnel, or the client's website, and they're not converting, then it's a convertibility issue on that website. You either need to change the features of the website, you need to change the process. For example, if it's an e-commerce brand and there's 5 checkout pages before they enter their information, and that's going to be deterring people, then you need to figure that out. What you can do if you're more advanced is you can put custom conversions on each page of the checkout process. You can set up custom conversions of each page of the sales funnel and see where everyone's dropping off. That will then tell you, right, this point is where people are, either getting bored of the checkout process, bored of the process in general, or need more information. Not only that, the website, the page itself might not be designed correctly. Is there testimonials on there? Is there more information about what happens when the lead is submitted? There's loads of information that you need to have to make a converting sales page or sales funnel, or even product page on a website. Like that's a process, and there is a strategy of what to include on a sales page or a product page of a website. And a lot of the time you'll work with an e-commerce brand and they won't know what to put on there. So that's down to you to know what a converting sales page looks like and work with them to create so that good traffic you're producing with the ads works is now going to convert on the landing page, the sales funnel, the product page, that's now going to get you sales and a ROAS on your ad spend. So that's kind of what you need to do. You need to do an overview of the campaign, analyze the metrics, and see where there's a hole in your strategy. If you're a new SMMA owner, on the other hand, and you're thinking, fuck, Harry, I'm really nervous on whether to get client results, like I don't want to be in this position, I really don't, my best advice would be make sure that you learn your services before jumping in. If you're 100% confident in how a Facebook ad's supposed to be run, you're 100% confident in how conversions are set up, and you're 100% confident in your strategy, you will have the patience to see it through. It's always the people that sign a client and they don't go through that testing phase because they're in such a hurry to get results through because they've overpromised for whatever reason, and then that's how they should fall short. But if you're confident in your strategy and you've told the client your strategy and they understand there's that testing phase, there's that learning period, they're gonna have the confidence in you, you're gonna have the confidence in yourself to see that process through, trust the process, and sales and leads will start coming through the door. It's where people go wrong is, and the same place they always go wrong, is they'll get on a client presentation, they'll massively overpromise, and then they'll come in, they won't get what they said they will because on the meeting they said, we're gonna add 100 grand worth of revenue in the first month, you're gonna get 20 new clients a week, and then when they sign with them, they're like, fuck, the ads don't even work, I can't even get traffic to a website, let alone what I promised you, which is where everyone goes wrong. Whereas if you're just completely honest, you don't give guarantees like we said, you just have a very strong offer and you're gonna do your best, you get some campaigns up, you explain to them through every step of the journey, and what I mean by every step of the journey is you literally get on a call once a week, and that's how often you need to get on a call with these clients in that initial stages, especially when you're not getting them results. You need to get them on once a week, get the Facebook ad manager up, explain what's happening, explain what you're doing. Right, we turned that ad off to put money into this because we got this metric back. We then found out the click-through rate wasn't good enough, so we changed this part of the ads. Then we were getting traffic through to the funnel, then it wasn't converting, so we added this to the funnel, now it's converting a bit better. They need to understand that, because when you leave them in the dark and all they see is no results coming through and you're not communicating properly, a month down the line, they're going to be like, Harry, like, there's no leads have come through, no sales have come through. what have you been doing? Like, we've seen the ad spend come out, but like, what have you been doing to fix this? And then you're like, and what you have been doing is loads of work, but you've not been reporting back to the client about what you've actually been doing, which is super important. So I hope you enjoyed that video, guys. That was kind of a summary of what to do when you can't get them results, what steps to make, how important communication is, and almost to give you the confidence that just don't worry about it and trust the process. If you've not watched our previous video, my previous video was on whether or not you need a website for your social media marketing agency, what to include on your website for your social media marketing agency, and almost what to do in those initial stages of launching your agency. So give it a watch, let me know what you think. If you're worried about anything to do with your Facebook ad campaigns, inside the academy, where you literally gain access to Tom and I bi-weekly on the Zoom calls and one-to-one 24/7 throughout the day. If you have any troubles with any of your campaigns, Tom and I will literally get on a Zoom call with you if you're inside the academy and help you out. We'll analyze your ad campaigns for you, we'll analyze your sales funnels for you. Even in the community Discord chat, people would all come together and help analyze people's campaigns if they're struggling. So if you're thinking about joining the academy and you wondered whether that benefits in there and you get access to Tom and I to look over your campaigns for you, you absolutely do. So click the link in the description, check out the academy, drop me a message on Instagram if you have any questions, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you inside very soon. But without further ado, we will see you tomorrow at 9 AM for tomorrow's video.